Okay guys, I got the full drive flange off. All you have to do is take the 12 bolts here and then everything slides out. The only kicker is, and I've watched someone else do this, there is a ball, detent ball, which I'm pretty sure goes behind this fork on the right side. It's a four-wheel drive shifter, and I think it goes right there. I'm not 100%, but that's the only place that there is a pill and stuff to go in there. Anyways, I don't think it matters for this particular case because this is my donor case for the planetary. So just showing you that. Next thing is we're going to get these out and get the pump out, inspect everything, and get this planetary out. Pretty straightforward stuff. You get the front snap ring out. The planetary comes this way. You get it set out. This would be flipped over. You take this snap ring and it takes your four-wheel low engagement ring off. Then you flip it over. You take off this snap ring, which holds this guy on. And I put everything the way it goes back on. You guys do it how you want. Anyways, then you got this detent ball, so that way the shaft can slide through. And then there's also this guy. It doesn't say anything about, just so I don't lose anything, I'm going to put him next in line. And then it says the shaft's going to fall out and we can replace the shaft. So I'll see how that goes. Okay, slight brain fart. I kind of just started off thinking in my mind I needed to take the planetary out of this, and it just goes into the case. I've read through the instructions on this and watched a few videos. I don't know what I was thinking. I have to have this input shaft to go in the case with the planetary gear. So long story short, I have to take this apart first. This is my actual FJ case. This is going to be the rear case, just as the original case in the truck, and then of course the crawler kit here. So anyways, I got to take this apart first. I knew that, I just wasn't thinking. Get it apart so that way I can do this in the right order. I could technically do this backwards, but it makes the instructions kind of funky, and all the shift rail stuff, I mean, it's pretty intricate. So I'm gonna do that, just let you guys know. I'm gonna blow this apart just the same exact way, and I'll catch back up with where I was on the other one with this one, and that way you know where I'm at. Update time. This is my original FJ case. Like I said, I got everything stripped down. This is the old input. I now have the Northwest Fab all in these guts. In order to do that, I'm at stage 2112. You have to take these oil seals off of that shaft, a retainer, a bearing. You'll see when you get in there. And then you essentially take it all off this, slide your shaft in, put it on there. Super simple. And it's asking me now to get this shoved back in there, and now I have to start figuring out all my shift rail stuff and making sure I'm doing this right per case, because I got myself a little mixed up. But that's where we're at. Update, going back together somewhat, not really together, but next step anyways. New intermediate input, however you want to look at it, shaft that Northwest sent is now in my FJ case. I'm now moving on to the triple shifter section of this. Got all these torqued down, lubed put my new seal in. Just a forewarn, depending on how you're doing this, they only send you one input seal. So like this came out of this case, which is actually going to end up in the Northwest kit, and it has a different style. So if you guys are doing the 6-speed kit, it's going to look like this. It has an O-ring with a double seal in there. I'm leaving those alone. I do not have them, and I'm not waiting for them. So I'm going to be reusing those. It's not really the right thing to do, but they're in good shape. They're lubed up, factory Toyota stuff, and it wasn't leaking before. So anyways, just a little tidbit for you. So next thing is, I knew this was going to be like this, so I already took the detents. You take these two detents, right here. They come out of the end of your case on both sides. I know this is bad quality, but then you have these rails. So I'm going to do that, get them all fitted. You got to grind them down and get them put in there the way they're supposed to. Follow your instructions if you're doing the triple shifter, which most people do, from what I understand. And then I'll show you what that looks like once I get it all put together. Okay, it seems like I'm repeating myself over and over and over again. I know this is boring, but if you are watching, then you are going to be doing this. I'm to the point now where I actually had the dreaded, you may read about this or you'll see in your instructions when you do this, the detents in the low side here did fall out, and it was a pain in the butt to put them back in. There's no way to show you that on camera. You just got to put them in their grooves, line them up, and finesse your way in there. Now I've got my bearings in there, my inner cage bearings, which don't forget those, lube everything up. This FJ case specifically does not have this brass retainer. It would go there for the synchros, so that's kind of nice. You don't have to mess with that on the newer case. The very early ones, I think it says, which is what I have, ironically, does have it for my other set. So I'm going to put my oil pump back in, clean everything up. I've already cleaned both sides of my cases, and I'm going to set this dude back together. I'll probably put that on time lapse just so you guys can see it, because it will be a pain, but we're to that point. Everything's shifting properly, sort of. Actually, that's a lie. For some reason I have, and I'm just gonna call because it ain't worth pulling it all back apart yet, I can't find neutral. Neutral is there, but it's not in the detent. So I'm gonna see if it's something I'm not looking at, or I'm trying to understand in my head why it wouldn't. I mean, it is there. It just, when you go from, you know, your 4 low to 4 high, you have your neutral stage, and it's there, it's just not in the detent. So anyways, I'll look into that, but I'm gonna keep going. I think it's okay. I think it's just sticky. I think, actually, because I lubed everything up, I think it's not sliding the collar all the way, and it's just right on the edge. But anyways, so that's my rear case. I'm gonna start taking all the other parts and putting them in the actual halves that they sent, and yeah, that's the fun part. Okay, on to the old case we're getting the planetary and stuff out of. I obviously did that earlier. The next step was to take the detent out of the case itself. That's reference for you. And that is these guys right here. And once you take that out, it allows you to slide that ring gear out, no problem. As well, it had you obviously take out your detents and stuff for your shift rails. You're going to need to put those in the new case. Look at all this beauty. Okay, everything in reverse order. I would have showed you this on camera, but it's super self-explanatory and easy to put back together. Your planetary is just literally snap ring out of the front and it slides in. So yeah, I slid it in there. Obviously got my detent for the main ring gear put in, and then put the front case on, front cover. This will be what's going into the transmission. So cool. On to the next step. Okay, wow. Don't mind my fat kid breathing. I just played hell getting this center collar support. This is what was on the old main shaft, and now it's going to go on this one. Except, see how that slid on there? So nice. That's super great, Northwest Fab. You guys rock. Toyota had this one pressed on there, and it says just, you know, put a 3-jaw puller on it and it'll come right off. Well, it just whooped my butt. Anyways, no big deal. I got it off now. As you can see, I skipped a couple steps, but most important thing is, like, this stuff I thought was a lot more difficult, but it's very straightforward. You put your shift fork in here after you have your planetary in there. Shift fork in there with the roll pin. Same thing with your shift rail. Then your shift fork goes here with a roll pin through it. You clearance the top here just a little bit on the fork itself, and then you put this guy in there. And then I got to get this put on the main shaft, and then we're going to put everything together. So that's pretty much everything. I haven't got to the bottom of my neutral thing. I'm going to call Northwest Fab on that tomorrow, but we're getting there, guys. So hang with me and we'll have it put together in a second. Okay, got the intermediate collar put back on, snap ring on, went on like a dream. Now I'm putting all the studs in. I put a little bit of blue Loctite on them just so hopefully they stay on this side. Some say to do that, some don't. either way. I'm gonna clean up these surfaces, and then I'm gonna put these two beautiful things together and then see how it all shifts. Pretty well concludes the installation part of it. I mean, this is together and it's together, so I'll probably time lapse this in a second and shove them together so you can kind of see the struggles that is. I imagine it ain't gonna be fun by myself, but it is what it is. Freaking stoked. I got about, I don't know what time it is, let me look here. I got about, it's 4:30, had about an hour and a half. So this is probably all in all about a 10-hour ordeal, pulling it out of my truck and doing everything. Had a couple issues along the way, a couple questions. I mean, if you knew what you're doing, of course, take a lot less, but I mean, I'm super happy with it. The only downside is for some reason my neutral, and I know I'm going to call them and they're going to say, oh, you got something flipped around, but my neutral should be right there. But when I'm in neutral, it goes to double low. It's like already locked, and so then I have another lock. I'm not sure what that is, so in order to go to neutral, I have to go just beyond the detent, something like that, and then I have neutral, which is kind of weird. So now I have neutral, nothing spinning, and then I can just literally go just a little bit back, which should still be neutral. That's in the detent, and I have low range, but that's low. This is low right here. Actually, it's already in it. Check it out. I mean, I'm just spinning that thing as fast as I can. 5 revolutions back there instead of 2. Pretty stoked. I got to wait on a throw out bearing. I had the dreaded scarring and stuff on the quill of my transmission, so I can't put all this together right now, unfortunately. No big deal. I want to get the right stuff for that, new throw out bearing and all that too. But overall, super cool install. Totally worth it so far. Obviously, I haven't used it, installed it. I haven't retrofitted all my drive shafts, all that. But this is the install on the case itself. I didn't do it play by play like I was hoping, but I hope I covered all the points that you guys would have questions on. And if you don't see anything on here, or don't see on here what you had questions about, I probably know or left it out. So like I said, please feel free to reach out to me, let me know, and I'll do the best I can to help. I'm just nobody, but you know, it's nice to have you guys on here asking questions, and we can work together to figure stuff out. So anyways, here it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a long time coming. I'm gonna do another video probably as well on putting it in the truck and kind of what I did there. So anyhow, yeah, let me get the, oh, I almost forgot. I'm gonna do the shifters real quick, show you the rundown of those, and then I'll wrap this up. All right, just for cinema here, I roughly installed everything. Just took a couple minutes. Sorry for how shiny it is. It's pretty slick. So pretty much we're in double low. So over here you have low and high, so we can go single low, and then pull your front one back. So then we're in high side, and then notice we're in full wheel drive, spinning, come over here, now we're in 2-wheel, just like that. I like it a lot. I'm thinking, I haven't got up there because it's still in the rack and I'm waiting on some stuff. I have 2 different lengths. They sent me the short ones, and I know they're too short to come all the way out of the center console. But these long ones that they ended up sending me, they didn't have them in stock when they sent everything, I think are going to have a nice bend in them, and I can almost leave a shorter one and then 2 long ones, and I might be able to just leave them like that. That would be super sick. But I'll let you guys know what I do with that. That'll be kind of a part 2 or 3 or however this ended up. I might do 3 videos here because it's going to be quite long. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed putting it together. I've been waiting for so long, promising you guys. So here it is, guys. Got a couple little things to button up, of course, and I'll give you that later. But as always, guys, I appreciate you for watching. Thank you for all the subscribers. I'm at 750 subscribers. I never in a million years would have thought anyone cared enough to watch what I'm doing and keep up with me and to get that many. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you on the next installment of this video, or second or third or whatever it is. You'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.